G'day folks, meet Glen of the Glen and Ian team, Friends of Escarpment Parks here in Toowoomba, working down in Redwood Park this Saturday morning, 10th of August 13. And our job today is to take out Privet permanently, like that one you can see Glen standing beside and having his hand on. We intend to take that out so it's no longer a plant. So how do we do it? We get a long lever with a big foot and chain, affix it to the trimmed privet. Then with the combined effort of Glen and Ian, we overturn it out of the ground. See the broken ground around the base of the plant, showing where the roots are breaking free in the soil. Fair income, I'd reckon Glen and Ian would put in 25 kgs of weight each onto that 2-metre lever. So by Pythagoras reckoning, that's 50 by 2 gives 100 metre kgs of turning you over. Yeah. Okay, the plant is loose in the ground, but it's still attached to a large root system that has to be dealt with. With plants this size, I'd be surprised if a person could sever the roots by cutting them square across. And again, the roots are loose in the ground and liable to bounce if struck squarely. So insert the nose of the root blade under the root from the side. Now one can lever up using the 100mm uplift and the 6:1 leverage available from the root blade. This action will bring the root into view and is able to be severed by loppers. No plant root is matched for sharpened tempered steel mechanically advantaged by the ratchet mechanism found in loppers. Pretty soon you will see that you are able to use manual force to lever the plant free of its roots. So bear this in mind as you trim the plant in the first place. This makes the going much easier, especially if you are on sloping ground, as was this case. That's the prize, folks. Takes all sorts to be warm and fuzzy. And this photo also shows the slope of the ground. Just a tally at the end, because I'm sitting down. That's enough, it works. We, Glen and Ian, were at it around 8:30 and I, Ian, was calling it quits before smoko at 10:30. In that time we would have knocked over about 8 plants. You see the 3 only with Glen, and there's more strewn stacked around. I'd reckon it was less than 10 minutes per plant, and this time includes finding and trimming the plant. But I think this method is far more positive for people than poison. Fair dinkum, you get on the end of that lever and heave. See the soil break as the roots heave free, and you know you are winning. So let's go back to the start and think about what we have done. 1. Human force working with this lever is able to dislodge this size of privet from the soil. 2. I, Ian, recommend that the lever restraining mechanism be modified to allow quick activation and release to ensure that the lever is able to be manipulated from any direction around the plant. This will allow the operator to use the lever against particular plant roots in any direction. From my memory of this activity, I'd reckon that this would be about 2 minutes. so long as the release attach mechanism works effectively. Third, this particular lever is heavy and cumbersome. I suggest that the foot could be separate from the handle and that the handle could be folded for ease of movement in the scrub. This is another area in Redwood Park close by to where we, Glen and Euan, were working, and you can see it's dominated by privet. But if you see that privet, size of privet, it's no different from what we, Glen and Euan, were knocking off. And we, using made-up tools, were knocking them off in reasonably more than 5-minute intervals. In my opinion, that's a good production and should be investigated. So I'll see what our public bodies think of this.